What's happening, y'all? How's everybody doing today? You know, we took Friday off, been busy trying to get things ready for an upcoming review. Probably gonna be like that a lot for this month, honestly. You know, not that I want to stream less, but there's just a lot of stuff I'm trying to cover. So where we are at, let me see. Yeah. Oh, let's do this first. So, I got the parts I needed through. Thought I had the parts I needed. Maybe I don't. Did it not save when I got them? Let me see. I'd have to do this again. Well, I think I got them, and then I think I did not save. Let me see. No, it did not. Okay, hang on. We're gonna be Hacker Man for a second here, because I am not farming those. They're very hard to find. Let's see. First scan 3. Let's show y'all how we're gonna Hacker Man some stuff here.
It's going to look great.
And then I will go here and dismantle it. And then I will craft it again.
Nice to work on something a little lighter every once in a while.
And then I will upgrade it. Oh, we'll dismantle it. Okay, now I will craft it again. Promise there's a method to my madness here.
Kept it light for agility.
And then I will upgrade it. Now it's down to 1. Now I will confirm it. Yep. Alright, and we need how much? Look at that. I got it.
Now that we have a pattern tracer, it's time to head to Cassidon's Hold.
The magic 3 to 25 trick. What's this game about? It is kind of a blend of a couple different things. There's like some Breath of the Wild inspiration. There's some Dragon's Dogma with like climbing on top of monsters and hitting parts, and some RPG mechanics. Just there's a lot of different things going on. It's cool.
Arakim mentioned you wanted to compare a mantle with Matteo Agretius.
We'd like to see if he might be my father.
All right. I've set his mantle aside for you. I'll need yours too, and the pattern tracer to perform the test.
You all right?
A little nervous.
I have to say, your mantle is spectacular. Matteo's easily pales in comparison.
Oh, thank you. And, is he my father?
No, I'm sorry. It's not a match.
Oh, I see.
Hey, we'll keep looking. Maybe now it's time to talk to Lane?
You're right. We should consult. I'll see you back.
I hate to ask these questions. Where do I get started on content creation? I mean, you buy a capture card and a mic and you start recording yourself playing games. And then you just stick with it for 10 years. And that's about it. Alright, so I gotta get Surgeborn. I need fur in particular. Institute had a bunch of them. No, the Smith and Weaver drama has not been settled as of yet. I am excited to see what happens there, because when we left off, they were basically talking about just getting a divorce. It's like, ooh. We'll see what happens. Whoa! Oh no. Oh, no, no. Damn. Probably gonna need to do a big jump. Or just go around. To continue watching Cowboy streaming 50 years from now. If I am still streaming 50 years from now, I don't know what I will do with myself. I can't even imagine be, what, 87 50 years from now? I'll be honest, it sounds miserable. When I'm 87, the only thing I want to do is just sit and play games by myself. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just want to play my games. And that's it. Like, leave me alone unless it involves food. I mean, at that age, that's great grandpa age. 87? I don't want people to bother me at 87. The only thing I want to hear at 87 is your food's ready. About it. Are you kidding me? 65 and 87? That's 22 years. That's a huge way away. Y'all are severely underestimating 87. At 87, no. Leave me alone. You weren't Christmas. I don't care. Two Huskhound fur. That might actually be enough. I'll grab one more just to be safe. Make sure I got it. You'll be 85 and people still ask you when Bloodborne is coming to PC. Yeah, probably. Participating in Night Rain, yes.
I was really hoping we'd find my father among the statues, but it's time to expand the search. You were right, Lane.
I often am. Let's build a census of male Oberon in the Enclave within a limited time frame that makes sense for your birth. Knowing your father had to have been here when the veil went up narrows our search significantly.
Time to chase a paper trail.
Yes.
Oria, are you sure you're all right? Is this really just about your dad?
50 years from now, I want to game SAO style VR while my body is crippled with arthritis.
Sorry,
I mean, that's the hope,
really
right?
thought we
We
would have
just
found him already.
put on a helmet, lay in bed, and then you're in the game, moving around
We will
and
soon.
fighting and
Archival
jumping
work
and
might not be the most
smell and
glamorous
feel and all
way
that
to
stuff.
chase down a lost relative, but it is effective.
You're right.
That would be the hope, wouldn't it? Feller's Archive. Glintwood Bastion. Easiest software to use making videos? I mean, like, you mean recording or editing? Those are two very different requirements. Personally, I like using OBS. I typically just record my gameplay. I don't like editing at all. In fact, I will do everything in my power to avoid editing if I can. If I'm making, like, when I'm making a guide, bro, I will sooner redo an entire 15-minute video because I misspoke before I'll just edit it. I hate editing. Would you hire an editor? Fuck no. I think editors are a waste of money. It's easy enough to do shit completely on your own. People are like, we'll make thumbnails, we'll edit the videos. I don't need you to do any of that.
Census records. The pivotal piece of the puzzle, as Lane would say. Others might call them dull.
As far as I know, I don't think the Night Rain test is on PC at all. I think it's strictly on console. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm gonna try and finish it since I got both Avowed and Kingdom Come on deck. Embargo's about, I can't tell you. You can find out 2 weeks from now on the 13th when the embargo goes down. Till then, I ain't saying shit. You know what? Y'all piss me. Ice armor, let's go. Bum 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 bum. You stand no chance against me. Punch me and die.
Maybe Oria's father is among them. My old point, Aaron, used to boast he could sell an Oberon, then molt it.
Yep, too many people in this industry don't understand the meaning of an embargo. They leak shit. They share shit before they're supposed to. Content creators I don't talk to anymore because they lack fucking ethics when it comes to shit like that. It's like, honestly, it's shocking, but it's not at the same time, the amount of people.
Sebastian. Lane's.
The amount of people in content creation that just, they lack any sense of professionalism whatsoever. And like, that's the thing, like, if like one shoot, like, you know, when I started doing YouTube, it was, at the start, it was quite simply just like, I'm playing games, I'm having fun, this is cool, it's making some money. But once it grows to a point where it becomes a job and you're getting paid for it and you're like playing games early to produce reviews of them and you're doing events with companies, like there's a certain level of professionalism that's expected, you know, like you gotta, oh my god, you gotta, you know, you gotta know how to email properly. You gotta know how to provide criticism and feedback properly. You gotta know how to, oh my god, how to talk to people.
Stretch the scry any further.
And a lot of people don't. You know? Like when you're playing something early because devs trusted you with it, you know, your job is to play that early and to prepare your materials and get them ready so that when the embargo goes down, you can share your thoughts, hopefully in an organized manner. But too many people get shit early and then they just start fucking leaking details and discords and shit and sharing stuff with people they aren't supposed to share it with. And then every time, dude, it's like every year it happens. Fucking stuff gets leaked, and then it's the same fucking song and dance of like, oh, well, I will be better. I will. I never expected this to happen. Like, dude. And it's like, it's always people that have been doing this for fucking forever.
What have you got for us, Lane?
Like, I think the closest I ever fucked up regarding an embargo was I like scheduled something on the wrong day. I like had a video scheduled and it was like supposed to be like 11/9 and it got scheduled on like 11/7 or something. And they were like, yo, this isn't supposed to be up that. And I'm like, oh god. Fucking like, I was like midstream and I was like, boop, boop, video's gone. I fixed it. Sorry. I fucked up my date picker.
I've narrowed it down to 3 likely candidates. A Hallowpire priest, a farmer, and the last military commander prior to the evacuation to Cassidon's Hold.
It was something like you could, I forget what it was. It was like you could put up, it was like you can do gameplay on the 7th and then review on the 9th or some shit like that. And I had both things set to go up on the 7th.
That's where
It was like, dude, it was like one email within half a minute. I was like, it's fixed. That shit's private again. Apologies. And even then, that shit was like, what, 5-6 years ago? I can't imagine making a fuck up like that now. Now, dude, like, you know, when a video, like, when Ender Release is going up, or when Valve's going up, you know, I'm looking at my dates like 3 times. I'm like, is this the right date? Is that the right thing? Okay, does this look right? Is it like, I will look at the same fucking date and time like 4 times in a row and be like, okay, I'm 100%. This is correct. And then it's good. And then even then, like right now, like so Avowed, I have the one video scheduled for Avowed. I have it scheduled for embargo. And the other videos, they sit on private. And then when it's finally embargo time, then those will all get updated. Reduces the chance of things fucking up and like, you know, something's dumb and like part 20 goes out a week and a half early because you clicked the wrong date. But people just, I don't know, man. I think people just don't think about stuff.
Lane believes that a priest could have been Oria's father. I'd better look around.
I think another part of it too, though, is like, I mean, I came,
Anything of note written inside?
you know, my background in this at least is,
From a quick skim.
you know, my background has been involved in, I've had a professional career for majority of my adult life.
And only the first flame.
I was working with Army research labs
I see.
and then different research labs when I was in college. And then the government, and it's like, you know, either you have a sense of professionalism when you're engaging in work like that, or you drown. Like, there is no, hey, what up? When is my next game come? It's like a shocking number of people do that shit, dude. Like, occasionally, the, some of the shit I see in PR spaces occasionally is like, it just makes you fucking facepalm. But it still amazes me, like when the big dogs do it and they fuck up, and it's like, bro, how? Like when fucking Fextra Life, like for Dragon Age, you know, they're like, this is unacceptable. We are supposed to be a premium agency. They are not respecting us with our early access. Like shit like that, dude. Like, how? How do you fuck up like that? That's not even a fuck up. That's just like, you know, like the audacity to think like you deserve it. When you're known to leak shit early and then you're upset that you're not given shit right at launch.
A pair of silver glasses with an intricate cloth connecting them. Enchanted.
Could it be? Brynn, please, bring those back to camp.
Of course.
Oh, dude, yeah, they've had, they'll fucking they'll get their shit, their wiki. They'll start populating their wiki before a game is even released. Just because they gotta be first. Be first, SEO.
Have you taken a closer look at the glasses I found in the farmer's stand?
I heard that you were turned 6'3", blonde, huge tits, mommy Samus into a wife and have beautiful children that would conquer the world. Absolutely.
I can hardly believe it. My mother's craft work is unmistakable.
So we found your father. Lane's notes mentioned his name was Eugenius Osphine.
I guess so.
I thought you'd be happy.
No, I am.
Oria, what's really going on? Be honest.
Would you let her step on you? No. No.
I thought I came from a long line of weavers.
Oria.
I'm not into that kink. Arcane's Hearth.
did something? I should get...
Not an MMO. Yep, single player RPG.
So the curves of the metal suggest...
I definitely think an enchanter had a hand in this.
Those two people could possibly be one person even.
Keeping yourselves busy, I see?
It's a conundrum for the ages, that's for sure.
Ah, Brynn. You're back.
You've done amazing work with the resonance modulator. I'm certain this will be a turning point for us.
Thanks. But how do you know it worked?
The loom gate started glowing a strange color before you arrived. I took it as a hint that you'd succeeded.
Final zone isn't closing in on the end of the game. I would assume so, because there's only one more monster, like magic monster, remaining.
The surprise.
So I assume I'm at the end.
I'm sure the Surgeborn will be
My setup, I have a
surprised
little
when they
camera,
next try
I
to
have
use the
this.
loom gates.
I have a computer, I have 4 monitors. And I mean, I don't know, I should just go to I have an
Suffice to
office
say
tour
we're
video.
thrilled,
Just I would
Brynn.
watch that.
In a
I
short
don't use a
time,
mixer at
you've
all.
done a lot to help us. We were, obviously, a little hesitant to trust newcomers.
Our first impression wasn't the best.
But now, we're in a much better situation when it comes to survival.
Happy to have helped. Without you two trusting me, I couldn't have achieved half as much. So thank you for letting me in.
It's been my pleasure, Brynn.
Likewise.
So, 1, we've stopped Surgeborn. 2, we've made huge. 3, we've...
It certainly doesn't cast our last decade of work in a forgiving light, does it?
Listen, but now you have a path to move forward. Are we ready to...
Yes. We're at the point, resource-wise.
I don't really want... Regardless of what he does. But first, I'd actually like to steal him. I have some...
By all means.
Yeah, I think we're getting
I
into the
suppose
finale.
I'll just get right to it. Why do you treat me differently?
What do you mean?
Everyone else gets the stern you. The you who's in charge. The Axel. But I get the friendly face, the compliance, this... you who... I don't understand.
We thought of streaming without a camera? I mean, I have. I just think a camera makes sense when you're streaming because you're having
Is it
conversations back and forth with the viewers.
Because of my dad? I can't handle it, Hiroon.
It's not because of that.
Then... what is it?
I spend time around you because I want to. To see you. To speak, to see the look in your eyes. Guys, I shouldn't... None of this is... If we could find somewhere else, beyond the gaze of the hold...
Hiroon. Take my hand. I didn't see it before, but... I think... I would...
Heard sex. Hey, station upgrades. Let's go.
What's going on?
Arik, why don't you fill her in?
Our plan worked. The Eye is mobilizing the scouts for a large-scale attack on the Surgeborn.
I take it the Axel and the Spindle put him up to this?
Yes. Not that Khan Stanold is admitting that. He claims that with the supply shortage taken care of and the arc restoration...
And Brynn is receiving due credit for all her work, I'm sure.
No.
So what's his plan?
The scouts will stage a distraction in the underworks, while the Eye and the Spindle do something to the Grand Gate. That's all I know. The Eye...
He wants us there.
Khan Stanold loves an audience.
I thought you'd be happier about all this.
I have reservations about the Eye launching a plan using my scouts without consulting me.
The reality is, the lead, regardless of how likable the man holding the title.
Power and influence, sure, but not the expertise.
My gut is telling me the Eye can't be trusted. Arek's right.
It can't hurt to hear his big speech.
I'm here to escort you.
Bow, 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 bow. I have a little camera, just a regular old Logitech cam, stream cam. Or maybe this is an Elgato? I don't know. It's either a Logitech or an Elgato. I've gone back and forth between them over time. 175 salvage. Max the camp. Camp fully maxed out. Let's see if I can upgrade my greatsword more. I am more than likely playing Kingdom Come. Not gonna promise I'll enjoy it. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I will play it. And I will see where things go from there. Oh, I need some Sovereign Entrium. Max this out. Let's see. Sovereign Entrium. Forge? No, it's Stricken Earth. Let me see if I can get a fresh Stricken Earth up. So I'll kill that, and then we can max our weapon. Wintertide, Glasstail, Wintertide, Forge, Living Flame. Whatever. I'll probably be fine. I kill mostly with magic anyway.
Ready to head to Castle?
Still need more time.
Yeah, that sounds like the finale. Let me try and force one of these to spawn. I feel like I've come this far. I gotta fully upgrade my greatsword. Oh, Stricken Earth. Is there an extra? There's not. Well, one is plenty. Yeah, I would agree. That's the point of no return. Or it's just a big event, because I am missing one piece of magic still. There's my big boy. Don't shoot me, please. There we go. Oh my God! Oh, everything's on fire. Oh my god, dude. Don't like you. Go away. Trying to throw stuff at me. Burn, fool. Yo, imagine if you could do this in like an actual Monster Hunter game. Like you're fighting you're fighting Kushala. Just sprinting around like do fireballs, have fun. The whole time Kushala's just, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, Oster shows up, you're just encasing his ass in ice. Was the sovereign entry on my need? I think I need one more. Yes, sir. We are good. All right, let's max out our weapon. I mean, I don't put a ton of weight in subscription numbers themselves. You know, if people are enjoying your content, they'll come back and watch it, whether they're subscribed or not.
Oh, and Sev.
Get this to a level 5, more Sovereign Maternium, and then Drake Scales. Foot's asleep. Anybody see a dragon? There he is. Hey, where you going? Back here. Oh, bro. You're probably dead here. No, no, get back here. Get back here. You're in a really bad place to die. Oh God, look at all the loot. Oh, oh, oh. Bro really tried running. He was like, I'm not a loot pinata, let me go. Like, yes, you fucking are. I'm gonna kill you here. Yeah, we gotta rest. Rest and respawn them. Speaking of Kingdom Come, let me check this stuff yet. View your keys. So it'll just show up. Freaking Earth. Gotta kill this. Kill this guy. And then get a Drake to respawn, probably. I don't know. I might have enough Drake. I don't know. Do we have it? Yes, we do. Level 5. 214 raw damage. I don't think there's anything I could put into this to get more raw attack damage out of it. Oh. If I were to farm up 7 Ice Claw full grains, I could get 1 more. Exactly 1 more. Ice Claws. Do I want to go kill some Ice Claws? Would I get 7 off of a single kill? Possible. Let me see. Is there an Ice Claw up? There's one Ice Claw. I've come this far. I basically have to do it. I mean, 1 puts it at 215. We all know 215 is a better number than 214. So I think that's all the evidence we need. I hear wings. Dragon Age is $40. What, like a new one? Oh, absolutely pick up Vanguard for 40. What up, buddy? Code. Come down here. I'm gonna burn those wings off. You ain't gonna come down. It's trying to get away. No, come back. Come back, Icebird. You're dead. That's a good birdie. Ice Claw, full grain. It's a lot. I think I might be 1 short with all those. Yeah. Is that? Oh, that's just the regular chest, I think. Is this a short game? I don't know. I don't know if it shows my playtime under the save. I'll take a look. So that's the time you say. Oh no, playtime 17 hours and 48 minutes. Exactly enough. Boom! 215 weapon power. This thing hasn't been used at all, but I can bore some stuff into you, I guess.
Get to block.
That needs Drake scales. I ain't got Drake scales.
Good balance of protection and ability. Fit for a point.
Ready to head to Cassidon's Hold?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Great. Hey, I'll be deploying to the Underworks almost immediately after we arrive. Watch Constantinople for me, will you?
I'm always ready for anything, Eric.
I know. Let's move.
Decades of caution have been rewarded, friends.
Let me get that out.
For this moment, and not one sooner, is the precise time to strike.
Fix your neck.
Today, we
got it, I got it.
Our
Stop, stop, stop.
lands free from the Surgeborn's grasp and reclaim our hearth once more. Whatever it takes.
I know. You gotta not. Yeah. There we go. Is that better? We got that out. And we're not.
None of this could be possible without the esteemed prowess of the Spindle. Her work on the Arcs has laid the foundation for my plan.
Kitty.
She and I will proceed to the Grand Gate at once. Scouts, you have your orders. It's time!
Up down.
Brynn, you need to come with me.
Now?
Yeah, no time to explain. And Oria, you should get on the scry.
All right, let's go.
Game's about 20 hours.
Sev, I know you said there's no time to explain, but want to give me a clue as to where we're going?
So, obviously I've been working with the Eye. And well, he had me repair the Grand Gate. It's connected to this place called the Source, and I guess that's where the Surgeborn came from. He's got this plan to go there and solve this problem once and for all.
Right. I heard that part of his speech already. What does this have to do with us sprinting like an Ash Peak Drake is on our heels?
So there's, it's better if I just show you.
Yes, I'll be playing Kingdom Come.
Perfect. As punctual as you are daring.
Sev, what's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, don't blame him. He's merely a puppet. Ironic, given I'm the one all tangled up.
So you can talk?
Of course. Only language could allow me to prey upon Kenrick's exquisite inadequacies.
You've been talking to the Eye? Manipulating him?
Into a foolhardy and preposterous plan that only an absolute imbecile could think was worth pursuing, yes. I've been down here for years, laying groundwork and learning what I could about your people. All towards a moment when I could convince Kenrick to act. I almost despaired he ever would.
So why tell me all this?
And then, along comes you.
Me?
Oh, yes. Kenrick is threatened by you. Terrified, even. In your brief time inside the Veil, you've accomplished so much more than he has in decades. Not that that's saying much. Still, you are the perfect catalyst for change. We have that in common. So now, he's going to open a gate to the heart of the Enclave, convinced he can recover it from us. And the one person I worry might be able to stop us is here, talking to me. You're first, but even you can't run to the rescue now.
You've thought of everything. Except, why tell me all this?
Because you're too late to stop us. And even if you weren't, no one would believe you.
Sure. Unless they were listening.
Quit taunting it, Brynn. We've got work to do.
Bye, bitch. Scry powers. Oh, there is an option to let dialogue play automatically. I gotta turn that on. Let me guess. I gotta kill it.
Isla, we must retreat. No! I'm staying to fix this.
Yeah, run like a bitch.
Do whatever you can to buy me time.
Surgebird Titan. I command gravity. This is my gravity. Great sword.
Brynn is seriously about to fight that.
Damn, I'll fight that thing. I'm gonna fuck it up.
thing.
The spindle told her my time.
Oh, you hurt.
Doesn't take too long.
Get away. Here, play with this. Oh God, I don't like that. I bet I can find a spot to hit you if I climb up top. Come on, yeah. I don't like your shoulders. Ooh, look at all my materials. No, we're not grabbing me. That's a bad boy. We gotta bust its armor off. Okay. You don't need this back armor, do you? You don't need this armor. Look at all the mats. Oh my God. Wait, no, this. Oh, this isn't good. Ow. Very rude. What if I were to do this? You wouldn't like it if all of your armor started breaking off, would you? He's like elemental resistant, it seems. Ow, my God, he hurts. We've gotten really good at doing that. Oh, shit, he moved. You want your sword back? Not before I'm on top of it. Oh, it's pure void. No! Ow! God damn it. There we go. Okay. Nope. Damn it, you are hard to get. Come on, right on the chest. Nope. Oh. No, he got me anyway, fucker. No, did he? Oh, yeah, he did. Okay. You know what? I'm doing this wrong. I gotta do... Oh, no. Oh, good. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Ow. Nope. Come here. Oh, there we go. All right, you don't need this arm. Oh, you shit. Nope. Ow, god damn. Am I dead? Nope. But pretty close to it. Nope. Oh, shit, he grabbed me. Oh god, we got that off barely in time. Alright, what do we gotta get? Little homie, come forth. Oh. All right. What that. I think that's all that's left is the chest. Almost. There we go. Oh, shit! Goodies. Oh, God. No! Got too much. I need heals. Ow. Fucking rude, bro. Shit. Healing. No, give me that healing. Damn, bro, is so annoying. I think the best bet is going to be the bounce. Oh, fuck. I don't have a heal. He only has one more part to break. But I'm going to need to get a heal. Speak of the devil. Oh my god. No! That was it. That was it. That's all I need. Got it. Fuck. No, I had to break off all of its armor. Right in the face, yeah. Beat his ass. Can I rip his gravity core out? I bet I rip his gravity core out. Hang on, Spindle. I'm trying.
It takes.
He said, get back in your prison, bitch. Is she dead? Did she like use all of her life energy to power that? Maybe. I guess we'll find out in a second.
Spirits.
I'm at work and I have to step away. What I miss? The end of the game.
Okay.
The end of the game.
Weavers have always dealt with problems like this. Well, not just like this, but yeah. We'll figure it out. Oria. She'll know what to do.
So the Elder Husk isn't even better than the Drake skills for raw damage. That's not even the great foe, though. So there's got to be another foe.
Hey.
Hey.
How do you feel?
Okay now, but it was touch and go for a while. Lane will probably never forgive me. For that matter, I might not either.
I knew that fight. The spindle, giving her life like that.
Oh yeah, she gone.
It'd be on your mind all night. How could it not? And I've been mulling over what to tell you this morning. I had a speech planned, but you don't need a speech. You're like me. It'd ring for you did good. It was an awful situation, but you stood up and did what needed to be done without hesitating. Not many people have that kind of grit.
I can't shake the feeling that if I had done something more, the spindle would still be with us.
She made her choices same as you. She was a weaver, and we do whatever it takes. Look, I know you, Brynn. You're made of stern stuff. You've the mountains in your bones. Any sense of doubt or being shaken is just snowfall. Temporary, and it'll slide off soon.
That...
Yes. But...
Okay. Okay.
We need to get everyone together. Our band, Arakim too.
Me?
Yes. You.
Look at me. I am the leader now.
Spindle sacrificed everything for us. We could have lost Brynn just as quickly as we lost her.
We did.
Do you know what's amazing?
Tell me.
Digging into the past and salvaging relics that change your understanding of everything we do. Maybe this is old hat for you, because...
I haven't been doing it that long.
Well, good. Which demolishes my original bet on our... My best guess now is that they're working so well because they were packed up so tight. I floated the idea with Dharm, and he was pretty into it.
Oh.
It's good you're here, Brynn.
A scrinundrum. Ah, no, that doesn't work.
Scriddle?
Ah, damn it. That's...
You two are fun. To business, though, what we need to really work on the scries is in...
Do you not have them?
Whilst I hadn't felt the urgent need to replace...
This is usually the part where I...
Brynn, you never...
A flower?
Not quite.
And the tricky part, Dom was telling me, is that it can't be moved via any kind of teleportation.
Indeed, and complicating matter. Lane and I can stabilize it, but we'll need our workstation.
I'm going to have to run.
Pretty much.
I'll just stretch extra.
Yes, in the swamp not too far from here.
Sounds like a plan?
You have the bloom from Archon's Expanse and Dredger's Mire.
I'm going to let Arik power the scry for your run with the bloom, Brynn.
Appreciate it, Oria.
You could use the practice.
Good. Now move. We'll be ready. Good progress, Brynn.
Sodden Pass.
It's looking a bit off.
What's normal? Just keep moving and you'll be fine.
Did we?
Yes. Oh, we're good. Excellent work, everyone. We'll get this over to Solar, Brynn.
I'm thinking there's at least one more whole zone.
before you ask, the answer is maybe.
About the scries? You know?
Of course I know. In this role, I can't afford to be oblivious to one of my colleagues sneaking about. And while well-meaning, Arakim is about as stealthy as a glass tail on rice paper. Which brings me to my question. The answer will tip me from maybe to yes or no. Why are you here and not him?
Khan Arteme, you know Kenrick's temper as well as anyone. How many times did Arakim get punished for daring to step out of line? He has incredible intentions, and will do anything to help your people.
Let me come again to the point.
Honestly, I don't think he knows how to ask.
It's as simple as him asking me.
No. But you have to prove that to Arik as much as he has to prove himself to you. The best leaders are mentors and meet their people halfway.
An interesting point. Very well. You have my approval. And fair winds.
What did we learn about the scries, fellas?
Nothing good, unfortunately.
You know how all enchanted things use woven patterns to achieve their effects yet? Well, the scries used here for decades were warped. There's no other way to describe them.
Some sort of corruption or decay?
Not exactly. More like elements had fused or connected in different ways than were intended by the enchanter.
I take it that's not normal.
Darm's never seen it, and I asked the High Enchanter, and he had never heard of it either.
Even more worrying is that the Mirian's bloom also behaved strangely while we were trying to distill it. Normally there is a very rote set of steps, but it took Lane and I several tries to find the proper alchemic ratios to make it useful.
And then we have the Spitfires, acting more aggressive than normal, nesting in odd places. Putting it all together, we're seeing a worrying pattern of unexplained changes.
Ones that would be hard to notice if a certain band hadn't broken through the veil. We can confirm these changes aren't happening outside the Enclave.
Huh. What do we do about it then?
Darm and I have been talking about it and have some ideas. Give us a little bit of time to see if we can come up with a plan.
I'll leave you to it.
I have sacrificed everything for us.
Still can't believe she's gone.
Her death could have been prevented.
I know everyone's up in their heads right now, but we have real problems to solve. So let's clear the air.
Are you running this discussion, then?
She is.
Sev, this has to start with you. We knew you were working with the Eye. We told you we'd have your back. Help us understand what happened. Just breathe, Sev. Start from the beginning.
We're sometimes called the Watersmiths. Imagine my surprise to learn our talents had been critical to the construction of the tapestry.
So that's how he sunk his claws into you.
The most important thing is whether we can trust you.
Yes, Sev. Convince us.
I swear, nothing I did was intended to cause harm. Too many of my order are political animals. But there is real good to be found among the Norians. Craftspeople who just wish to perfect their art. To bring water to people in need. Unfortunately, too many of those resources, they're all the same. They see a point of control. Water, information, wealth. I thought the secrets were a necessary evil. For some great... You all have every right to distrust me.
If you can't be a Norian...
If you'd have me.
Those of us who have been here longer than Sev,
It's hard to have divided loyalties. But you did the right thing in the end, and if you hadn't, we might all be dead. That takes courage.
Still wasn't quick enough.
I don't know what to make of any of this.
When I was going through it, you all pulled together to help me.
You are all heard. And I would add that you joined us under false pretenses, Sev. You had loyalties outside the band you never disclosed.
I have a hard time accepting that he kept so much from us, but shared so much with the Eye. Who knows what Stanild, or gods help us, the Talon heard about us. Only time will tell how much damage that's done.
Lane, I hear you and I understand. Sev, that considered, and before the blade could completely fall, you risked all by... You can never be a Norian again. And who are the... You will stay. And you will help.
Thank you, Oria.
I'm sure we all have things we want to say. To Sev and each other. But that can wait. Right now, while we're all here together, but here's our challenge. That Talon. It spoke. It knew things it couldn't know about us. We're all...
Then let me, as Oria... After I repaired the gate, Stanild took me completely into his confidence. He'd been questioning and learning from the Talon. Or so he thought.
Not realizing he was being manipulated.
He was increasingly estranged from his daughter.
I'd agree. Based on what he'd learned from the Surgeborn from his friend.
Use my people as a distraction to pull the bulk of the Surgeborn out of the underworks. All while he used the gate to... what?
There is a place, deep, deep underground, known as the Source. A feat of engineering unparalleled. It's the secret to the Enclave's power. There was only a single loom gate still connected to the Source.
The Grand Gate would take him right to the heart of things then.
Exactly.
Stanild thought he could... what? Sneak down there and fix things somehow? Tear down the veil?
His hope was to go down and secure a working space, sealed off from the distracted Surgeborn. He wanted to eventually fix things with the help of the Spindle.
That arrogant idiot.
He'd read in his personal archives there was a system in the hopes of discovering how it worked. He'd been...
Meaning she might have been working on a fix for the Source without knowing it. Good. But we still have the problem.
Which almost certainly will be unkillable. If it operates like... It's hard to imagine any place more full of tangles than the literal source of the magic that's overflowing.
On that, I have an idea. I'll need Brynn's help if...
Of course. If it gives us a chance, we have to take it.
I agree.
Hang on, I gotta get the dogs.
Ask the Talon.
What would we ask it? Favorite color? Favorite way to disembowel Ashar?
No, she's right. It has clearly demonstrated an interest in Brynn. Maybe she could pry some information out of it.
I'm not sure I'll get much. But I'm also sure I'm not going to think it's my friend. So, worth exploring?
Then we have a path forward. Sev will pursue his thoughts on dealing with that beast.
My people have started calling it the Herald.
Of destruction? Doom?
Why not both?
The Herald.
Fine. Sev pursues weakening this Herald, and if she feels like it, Brynn has a chance.
As good a path forward as we are going to find.
Consult.
Brynn.
No, I guess it's not done.
I examined the wreckage of
Found something useful?
the kinetic strand, in fact. The Ark must have torn it from the Herald's pattern in the chaos of the battle.
Think we could weave it?
I don't see why not. It's
all right.
Then let's get to work.
Awas.
We're finished.
How so?
This strand can twist kinetic magic into a tunnel. In battle, you could push debris or enemies through it and send them flying.
Could I jump through it? Hey, there's a lot of tall buildings.
You're right.
Kinetic stream. Warp space with a tunnel of kinetic force that launches object on its creator. Should they launching a sustained barrage or rapid movement?
hate to do this when we're already dealing with something like 7 distinct major crises. I've got 2 pieces of bad news. Which one?
The second one.
Excellent choice. We use specially enchanted coals to maximize burn time and minimize weight. And second...
What?
I don't know. I don't do stove maintenance. I'm the logistics girl.
He's still got bum fur, so if he did, it wasn't on.
Regardless, this is a damn and solar fix.
I'm not sure they're in the best.
That's why I'm asking you. Oria's already...
Hey, mind if we talk somewhere?
Lead the way.
I won't be returning to expeditions. I've known for a while now, but I couldn't bring myself to admit it.
I thought you were recovering from your injury.
Not as well as I should be. That I got injured at all was a sign that I'm not as fast as I used to be. I should count myself lucky. Not many. I'm not ready for this to end. What kind of legacy is it to reach the Enclave only to sit by the fire?
But you've had an incredible career. And it isn't ending just because you can't go on expeditions.
I know, but it's not the same. And so... I thought if I found out who my father was...
Tell me.
I thought I could solidify my legacy in him.
You're an incredible weaver in your own right. And if you had to pick your last act as point, isn't finding your way into the Enclave the biggest score of all? You're everything I want to be.
That's very kind.
Is there anything...
Unless you can give me a few years back.
I understand. I wish there was something I could do to help Oria see herself the way I see her.
I mean, she literally discovered the, like, hidden magical city that people hadn't found in, like, 50 years. Or 20 years, or whatever it is.
Dom
Lot of
and I are
dialogue.
writing down the mystery of our We've got a working hypothesis.
As long as I don't have to do any more cross...
Worse, we think the source of the problem might be the miasma. Everything. We've never been able to perceive or harvest them. And if that pattern allows us to interact with and
You think we're...
Obviously, tangles are inherently dangerous, but that's the could too much magic explain the Spitfire's behavior.
Spirits.
You've been collecting resonance for all your time in here. What he needs, then, is a comparison resonance harvested during a miasma from any of the natural beasts.
Right.
Maybe we just hit, like, the halfway point. I don't know. Everybody has... Alright, it's just a stove. I'll get you your materials. It's like everybody's got dialogue right now.
Lane.
What is it?
Well, it turns out...
Crusades into one's lineage. She didn't find the missing piece of her...
Yeah,
it happens.
She...
Which... Of course.
Or...
Great, hey. Your idea to commemorate Oria's career with Lane is lovely. How can I help? If you already know the and I bear that they got my...
I thought it was the end, but really there's a lot more. A lot of dialogue all of a sudden. Enchanted higher Palo Coal. Get that easily enough.
I love what you're doing.
You've
tipped she's up in when it...
I appreciate
it. You...
I'm your...
I
Me?
it
And can you...
but what?
You...
It if you...
My birthday is in August.
Oria for...
What?
You know,
I'm sure we'll...
My hand is...
Great.
I'll need to ice my quilt.
Let's hope she
will.
What's going on?
We wanted to present the latest addition to Lane's archive to you. Together. We all contributed. Though credit goes to Lane for compiling and writing it.
I've titled it A True and Personal Account of...
What is going on?
We wanted to do something special.
You didn't have to do all this.
We did.
No one is more deserving of a place in which...
So we took it upon ourselves to write you one.
As a thank you.
I don't... Lane.
Oria Silverbeak, as she came to be known, was born to Sharian Harpenay and Eugenius Osphine inside the
Osphine.
Though she never knew her father, but Oria decided to become a point, something she would continue to do. We'll let you...
We hope this account will help you see yourself.
And I'm at a loss.
Strand to collect the resonance from any natural creature. Well, it's under the effect of miasma. And then upper... Gotta fix the stove. What did they say? Hollow pyre? Let's go.
This place never fails to impress. Just imagine it before the veil. Wouldn't have had to scan.
That's nice. That's really nice.
At any rate.
Brynn.
Thank you.
But her father, Eugene...
You do?
Yes. I can give you a key...
Wait.
I do. And
Okay, but should...
trust me, this is something you should show her directly.
Oria's feather, winter scap stipe. That's right, I gotta get him to enchant it first. Alright, enchant my coal.
One.
Tap
and-
and
yeah.
it need
I-
order.
Make a stove. You get dookie resources.
It's significantly easier. I'm going.
We could use some really It's not like her to run out of things, it's true.
I don't know.
I think you both are.
Yes, and the moment I say, hey, it isn't.
He didn't have a great reaction to what you said. It's true.
Well,
Maybe he deserves it.
you're as bad as Kaz.
Winterscape stipe. What is that? Winterscape stipe. Is it a carved resource? I don't even know what kind of resources it is.
I had a chance to run a test. Keeps the heat well.
Dom's always.
Oh.
Tamaka?
I mean,
I finished.
Nothing.
Precisely.
Of course.
They must have.
Look for remnants of Xavier's collaboration. Jesus Christ. The companion quests like never feels like they're never ending.
One of Oria's feathers would be beautiful as part of the offering for her father's grave.
Winterscape Stipe. I don't even know what that is. It's got to be something that I have none of. I doubt it's a forged resource. Is it carved? Yes. Winterscape flowers. Got it. I don't even know where to find those, bro. You want 20 of them? Cheat engine time. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So I have 9. 9 first scan. Now there's 7 of them.
Perfect pair.
Now there's 6 of them. And now there's 5 of them. Problem solved.
An offering for you, Junius. Time to talk to Arik. I've made an offering for Eugenius's grave.
Great. Here's the key swatch to his farm. I'll join Oria at the scry when you arrive.
Are you sure you don't want to be the one to play?
It will be more meaningful for her.
All right.
Documents.
What is this place?
Osphine pastures. Your father's farm. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself.
My father lived here.
More than lived. He gave his blood, sweat, and tears for the Enclave here. After the Surge, he only kept enough produce to take care of himself and his workers. The rest went to weavers across the Enclave, and his generosity led to many helping him in return.
I can't believe he did so much for the Enclave.
He was a true leader, if not in the most traditional way. A community of workers formed around him, including ex-points, who would transport his food across the Enclave in these caravans. Many of whom went on to form the Scouts as an organization that still exists within Cassidy's Hold today.
So that's how you know all this.
Before the Arcs began malfunctioning, they were integral to farming across the Enclave. Many farmers refused to stop using them because of their efficiency, even at the risk of their farmhands being attacked. But your father scrapped his Arcs as soon as he got wind of the first malfunction to keep his workers safe.
That can't have been an easy decision.
But he made it, anyway.
Everyone thought he was mad at the time, but in a few months, when the attacks became widespread, his forethought was recognized. After the surge, aftershocks destroyed many farms, including this one. Tangles spread across the land, crops began to die. While other farmers abandoned their livelihood, Eugenius never did. He had to rebuild many times, but he weathered every storm.
Wow. My mother told me he was driven.
Of all his workers, Eugenius was said to be the first one in the field each morning and the last to leave at night.
He sounds a lot like you, Oria. This looks like a wooden carving of your mother, Oria.
Please, bring it back for me.
Of course. This must be your father's grave, Oria. I'll place an offering here. It certainly won't be lonely. Are all these offerings for Eugenius, Eric? Some of the flowers are fresh.
The scouts continue to take care of his grave to this day, to honor all the sacrifices he made for the Enclave.
He must have been an incredible man.
This is so much more than I ever could have expected. Thank you for showing me, Eric. Truly. And Brynn, when you come back to camp, there's something I need to do.
How do I leave?
All right, everyone. What each of you has done to help me find peace in that. And the time has come for me to say that being your point has been... I've loved every minute of it. But she's been doing the job since we got here, and the time...
Well deserved.
She's been exceptional.
Brynn, care to say a few words?
Oria, if I can
I couldn't...
Thank you.
You earned it. It was just hard to let go. Hard to imagine.
Emergence gate peeling maze.
Was through the things.
No, they did a reboot of River City Ransom not too long ago. It was just like the original game.
Intriguing to think of all the smiths and priests working side by side down here.
The preachers you grew up with would launch an hour-long diatribe at the very thought, yeah?
Oh.
Hour would just be the introduction.
I'm not here for you, bro. I beat your ass enough.
with Xavier's name on them. Lots of sketched out designs, mostly in the margins.
Doodles always help me think too.
I'm gonna get to the maze.
Is that bottled magma?
I've got one. I can't believe it's still warm. And you can feel the magic pulsing through it.
I wonder if proximity to the coral has affected it in some way.
Think that's all I'm going to find down here. Get your research hat ready, Lane. There's a lot.
I do not need a hat.
That was a game worth the play. Yeah. A bit dialogue heavy at times, but the exploring and the magic is a lot of fun.
This is really very clever.
You figured it out?
Yes, Xavier's idea was to use an elements left over from weaving flames.
Literal magma.
Enchanted magma.
Solar will be over.
And I'll collate the more...
Magma? Can you believe it?
Is it not lava?
You heard the news that...
Oh, I'm sorry, Brynn. We ruined the surprise.
We're confident that between the two of us...
And I'm keen to try it out. If it works, we'll gather more. The Veil has to...
Or maybe we'll stay.
Or...
We could do...
We'll make it work.
I have every...
Alright, our quest is done. Harvest a strand to collect the resonance from any natural creature that's under the effects of miasma. So I gotta find a miasma storm somewhere. Just freeze miasma. Okay. Maybe old, but I want to try Baldur's Gate 3. It came out like 2 years ago, man. What do you mean old? That game 2 years ago.
Expect the miasma to be so intense over the scry.
You get used to it. Just have to use a more gentle touch and feel the way it slides.
I need a... or a thing. I need anything. Any baddies that I can beat up. You're perfect. Come here. Come on. Come here into the miasma. Was under the effect of miasma. I thought that was it. No, harvest any natural creature. Hold up. You're not a natural creature. You're a natural creature. Fresh resonance from one of the natural creatures around here. Oh, I gotta go for a big boy. I gotta go for a big boy, just not an arc. Okay. I thought, like, you know, I was getting part off the wolf. I should have paid attention.
And then the priest says,
You... No.
then let that, of course. I love.
Oh, look at that. I'm glad they worked things out. Alright, let me see if there's anything I can harvest a strand from that is in miasma. Not at the moment. So instead, Axel and then hunt for Norian documents in the Institute. I still think I can finish the game. I know I'm close to the end.
You are hardly in any position to make lofty demands. The council convened and unanimously stripped you of your role. You no longer hold the privileges of the Eye.
And how quickly did you convene that council? You hardly waited for my daughter's body to cool. Harun, how dare you?
Abandoning her at the Grand Gate was for her protection. We all saw you on the scry, and that is Khan Arteme to you, Kenrick.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
No. You're more than welcome at Cassidon's Hold.
I came to offer my condolences.
Oh. Thank you.
In the end, I owe her my life.
She was.
Then why are you so opposed to giving her the funeral she deserves?
With the Surgeborn swarming Denevron, we can't risk a trip to the Hallowpire Rise.
For generations, every Stanild has received the rite of ashes upon death. Isla will not...
Could I perform the rite on your behalf?
You? Don't tell me you're a Hallowpire priestess on top of being a righteous pain in my ass.
Skies, do you want a funeral or not?
Isla saved my life.
I suppose you do owe her that. Fine. As you collect the ashes...
Do you have an object that...
Isla's most prized possessions aren't in Cassidon's Hold. You're sure to find something?
You knew she...
I knew my daughter. But return to...
Thank you, Brynn.
She's dead because of you, bitch. Is Dredge worthwhile? I had a lot of fun with Dredge. It was a good time. Older Vale. I'm getting hungry. I was hoping to finish the game and eat some pizza. I played one of the DLCs. I don't think I played the second one, just the first DLC.
That might be Isla's secret refuge. It's actually not too far from Lucia's workshop. Isla dedicated her life to restoring the Earth. Done. We will need to research. She considers sacred for the right.
Fucking crazy arcs.
The rite of ashes.
It's perfect.
Huh.
You want to walk through? No. Not needed. Pizza sounds good. I gotta jump back into Avowed after this. Record a bunch. Yeah. Beer is not
I'll need
mold.
to place the toy ark on the high pyre.
It's fermented. There's a big difference between fermentation and mold. This is a funeral, sir. And you're being fucking rude.
Now to collect the ashes. Though the flame abates and the ash grows cold, let she who worshipped you rest in eternal warmth.
Beautiful, Brynn.
Here's your daughter's ashes. She died because of you.
I performed the rite.
Thank you, Brynn.
It's not how she would have wanted things.
Enough! I know you're grieving. We all are. But you are no longer the Eye. And this disrespectful conduct ends now. You owe Brynn a thank you. And an apology for that matter. Not only has she gone out of her way to perform the rite for your daughter, but she saved us all from certain death at the Grand Gate too. None of which she would ever have had to do if it weren't for your...
For my actions! I know! I should have stayed. I could fill a city with my mistakes. My regrets will drown me.
Maybe they should.
Damn.
Maybe they should.
Damn.
My mother used to say, it is unfair that you lost a child. I am so sorry that happened to you. You can spend the rest of your days counting the ways you failed your daughter. Or
How?
just do one. Start by helping us finish the work you wish you had supported in her life.
It's too late for that, but there is one thing. It's called the Ark of Verdance. And
Lucia.
consider it a...
To drown in your regrets.
You deserve better from him, come to think of it.
What will you do now?
Take care of my people. Someone...
The ark we followed through the Veil, or even how it got us in here. If
I wish I could help, but that ark allowed you to pass safely through the tangles, where Surgeborn go to regenerate. If you're going to try to fix it...
It's too great an advantage.
Fermented is like
See
full
those
of
massive pipes running along the roof?
microorganism.
Norian design. I recognized them earlier, and they prompted my investigation into the Norians and the Enclave.
Confirming your findings that the Norians were heavily involved in the tapestry.
This should be the place, Brynn. You're looking for tablets with a circle marked by 6 dots. They'll look blank, but I'll be able to read them when you bring them back.
You're full of useful secrets, Sev.
You know that humans are filled full of little microorganisms?
That's one of them, Brynn.
Like if you were to like
Still be down here.
What should
take
we
a
expect?
like sample of your spit
The Norians were experimenting
or like
without
your
informing
skin
the Enclave on
and like
the aeroliths.
look close enough on
They
a
wanted them to do more than just moderate the weather. They wanted to control it.
close enough on a microscope, you'd see all sorts of little
Tired of long
squirmies.
winters? Gloomy days?
Think bigger. If you control the rain in the desert, you control the land itself.
Oh, what am I in combat with?
That should be enough for us to piece their research together, Brynn.
Will I be learning how Norians hide their information, Sev?
Dom, is there any chance our scry is
I'm still investigating, but...
As long as it doesn't...
However, I have taken a look at the Spindle's copy of the work, and her notes are...
About that, Kenrick Stanold told she built...
That is...
That was all Kenrick could tell me. Sev mentioned that could the...
On my... She was so... Essentially, this...
If...
She only made this discovery in the final... Her research even...
So she knew she was going to die.
She knew exactly what would happen.
We can't let so. Then the Ark of Verdance is our failsafe.
She suspected it was kept in the Archon's hearth.
felt like you couldn't trust the people around you?
A few times. Some people is this.
It's Sev.
Oh?
I didn't have... Lord, I'm...
That's a tough.
It reminded me the secrets, the lies, every fight...
Or you...
I see.
It's me. But... Lane said I should talk to you about the plates we found for Sev.
Dialogue. So much dialogue.
I have. I want. You have. I'll say.
Fried squirrel? No. Why are you eating fried squirrel, bro? Or a rodent?
Exciting. Not like it. Yeah. Oh, it's.
That was one of the most Not at all. The only tough part...
Oh.
I'm teasing you, Sev.
No more left.
Now. I'm not... Which brings me to the question of the hour. Oh.
That's a cult...
Oh, you know, but yes, Sola. I'm sorry.
And they don't like...
No, they truly don't.
And this is your intricate doodad.
The Neverin Market, lower to Neverin. What's up, kitty? What? Oh, pizza. Out of my way. If you get in my way, dragon, so help me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Should be perfect, Brynn.
Done.
That's all we needed. The others have been helping me with... the little project on the side. A surprise for you.
Am I gonna be able to dictate the weather?
What has Sev been building? What's all this, big guy?
The culmination.
I mean, I think that's why I like Souls games so much. Like, because when I want lore, I want to, like, oh, I'll read some lore right
He
now.
hasn't told you.
As Casman's...
Sev, we all do better work.
Yeah.
It's the culmination of an Orian dream. No.
For...
Yes. It will take some resources, so let's... Yeah.
I can't, I don't know. I just don't have the patience to do, like, a fuckload of dialogues. Upgrade it once. Upgrade it again. Alright, everything is upgraded. So how does my weather maker work?
You look like you've got something on.
Struck.
But that's better. Any? We're good.
I.
Axle, Strand, Expedition in the Hollow Pyre. What? Norian Expedition in the Hollow Pyre Shrine region of Dredger's Mire. Oh yeah, I've played Lights a couple times. I mean, I like some RPGs. Just dialogue, too much dialogue. I'm not patient enough for
This is the Norian site. Sir.
extremely dialogue heavy stuff.
They were working out of that cave.
Sheltered.
Have people be like, you know, like I guess a good example is like
That way before the surge.
Disco Elysium.
Abandoned
I've heard
in a
good
hurry.
things. I'm sure it's really
Anyone who
good.
survived the tapestry overloading probably ran for the nearest
But
saloon gate.
there's way more dialogue in that than I would be able to handle.
4X9.
Sounds familiar. I'll look into it.
I know what I like, and not a fan of lots of dialogue. Yeah, same with like Yakuza, you know, and Persona. It's the only time I can really enjoy those games. Like if I'm playing a game that's like pumped full of dialogue, usually I want to be laying in bed. There's a good chance I might fall asleep, and that's just how I'd rather play it.
About our Norian findings.
Sure.
I walked up to the axle and just a ram could get
And what did the
that marking you found. The Norians and the Khan and I.
Since you
Not my
to what?
if the,
Which, I mean, you know, it kind of sucks because, like, I'm sure the people, you know, the voice actors have done a good job. You know, it's just, it's a lot of dialogue for me.
Takes you back and
I like puzzles. It's just, you know, like I feel like dialogue heavy. I need to be like laying in bed or like kicked back in a recliner. You know, I need to be in a position chilling if I'm going to listen to a bunch of dialogue and exposition.
you should be close to the junction now.
Okay. That turned easily enough.
With like a piece of poop.
Creaked a little, but seems stable now.
Perfect.
certainly easier than Loomgate repair.
If we could have stopped the flow with a tool like this, the Hollow's Loomgate would have been trivial.
That should have cleared the Norian worksite.
Only one way to find out.
The dissolution chamber. The machinery in here looks complex, perhaps a part of the tapestry.
Bye. I like treasure hunts. I feel like a good treasure hunt in a game is tricky to get right. But I like treasure hunt. And the game like gives you a map. Like, here's something to look for. You're like, I'll fucking find it. I'll fucking find it. I'll scour this whole goddamn map to find that treasure. Give me a hint, anything, you know. I could do that shit for. Ooh, I love it. You know, like the map, like you see like Warden's Roost or something. You're like, oh, okay, there's a treasure.
Good news, Sev.
Treasure over there.
Tangle-free.
That seals it then. Ah, literally and figuratively.
We have our Norian prototypes.
A successful.
I'm glad I could help.
More than any. And that.
Or
exact.
All right, his is done. What's up, Brynn? It's chocolate. Eat all the pretzels? Son of a bitch.
Brynn and Lane?
We're hoping that there's something you can help us with. Or rather, we're hoping...
I'm not sure I follow.
I've been at a loose end, gnawing on painful thoughts.
Huh.
So we're here to focus on problems that are...
That is... very kind of you.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We're here to help. Like I said.
Right. I've got a petition from the... Arakim has been nagging me about accessing the Archon's Hearth. It stores a... Now that I'm technically in charge, I'm loath... What I'm lacking to make that call is intelligence on the Archon's...
I'm not really the...
Leave that to me. So...
Perhaps we... Then... Brynn...
Oh.
Just send me where you want me to go. Am I going exactly? I would not like an Elden Ring 2. Elden Ring was stressful, man.
Right. Let's see what else we can learn here. The Archon's Hearth once more.
Obviously it was fun, but there was...
I could assist in her absence.
If I didn't have to do a walkthrough, I'd probably enjoy more.
Oria, the scry has been compromised by the Surgeborn. Stay off it.
Compromised is such a strong word.
Fuck are you? Carapace chamber? Oh no. There's nothing this way. Oh, it wants just general. It wants general codex fragments. Okay. That's not something I get. That's just something that it'll. In time, that will be done. Perhaps.
There's a lot of coral here. I must be getting close to where the Enclave stored shaped bars. Will the Surgeborn know our plan when I pick it up? I guess that's a risk I need to take.
About a new Dark Souls or Bloodborne? Nope. I think FromSoft does their best work when they make an original IP.
The Surgeborn in the Howling Jail somehow has access to the scry.
We know. I can feel it in there with me.
The good news is, as far as we can tell, it only has access when you're in the underworks. At most, it seems to cause interference when you're above ground. We don't think it can listen in.
Until we can block its presence, best to keep use of the scry to a minimum.
All right. How are we going to fix this?
The reason Oria can sense the Surgeborn presence on the scry is likely because it's wielding magic to communicate. The same way Oria's mantle pulls magic from the air to contact you. However, unlike Oria, the Surgeborn can't pull magic from the air around it. Otherwise, it would be talking to you all—
But it can only reach me when I'm underground.
Where the tangles are most dense. We need to cut off its access to raw magic.
That's where the spindle comes in. Thanks to her, we finally have the missing piece to get our escort here running.
It was a failsafe in the case that the source needed to be repaired. The Arc of Verdance will create a safe bubble against the tangles, which would be the natural consequence of any failure of the source.
Just like it did with the Veil.
Exactly. But without the crushing weight that caused it to fail.
So, the plan. We get the Arc to the source, it stabilizes the Enclave.
Or at the very least, starts the process.
If the Herald waiting down there doesn't destroy it first, I'll need to take it down.
That sounds dangerous.
It might be a risk worth taking.
We have to. The Enclave is overflowing. Too many tangles have led to the floods. They allow the Surgeborn to communicate and infect our enchantments. Without the source under control...
Then that's our plan. We build a power core, then we speak to the Axle.
I'll join you at Cassidon's Hold.
And with this power core, we can fix our Arc of Verdance. I think this is what they call a full circle moment.
Huh. Lately, I feel like I've been running in circles.
Hey, I know things look bleak, but this is a win. Don't let the Talon rob you of it. You're finishing her work, after all.
You're right.
I always am. Now, I think you've got a meeting with the Axle.
Anyone else missing Sev? Oh. He was always quiet, but his presence was felt nonetheless.
I definitely miss his help, but I'm happy he's found his place in the band.
I don't mind the space for now, personally.
If we're going to the source, that sounds like we're gonna finish it. We go to the source, rip the soul out of the bad guy, save the motherfucking day, bring down the veil.
You're going to speak to the talent.
I don't expect to get much.
Be careful. And while I know you're not the idiot he is,
I just have to find out what I can.
it's a risk worth taking.
Khan Arteme, my Weaver Band has repaired the Ark. We've
To nullify the tangles at the source.
its anti-magic properties are...
I see.
If we could get it to the source, we believe it could stabilize the Enclave.
Except the
Surely there must...
Now that it's repaired, couldn't this arc be used to leave the Enclave the way you came?
In theory, sure.
What are you saying, Khan Arteme?
It's time for someone to protect my people. I need to use that arc to get us all out of here.
You would leave with the Surgeborn running loose. Or worse,
No one has succeeded in stopping them yet. It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
Is shoving problems under the rug truly the Enclave's legacy? Because it's a...
agreed.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. If we don't put a stop to this madness, how long until they overtake the Arcs? Or bring down the Veil and spread across the Maida?
That is concerning. Still, let's be clear.
I'll be ready.
And what are you going to do about...
We will leverage the Aeroliths to control miasma at the source.
Interesting. But, as you've said,
Fine.
more than a few...
How about this? If you can just give us time to present you with the final...
I suppose that's fair.
One more thing. It's clear by now the Enclave...
There are private records that can own...
Brynn did just save your people.
Fine. You can borrow it. You should... Good luck.
What do you know, lady?
You.
Hello to you too.
How do you have access to our scry?
Magic.
Seriously?
Your scry is connected to the lunar system.
I want you out of my ear.
And yet you came back to see me.
You're impossible.
I knew.
And here I thought I surprised you.
Don't steal credit. And I'm quite certain, judging by the way you charge, let me...
Don't know what you're talking about.
Let's not...
Can't say the feeling...
Come now.
Fine. Let's be...
I told you. But... I'm after the same thing.
But Surgeborn already wield magic.
Not nearly enough of it. You know the lust for magical power is its...
I'm not power hungry.
Don't.
The Hearthsiders believe you...
I will...
I thought we were...
Not yet.
Kenrick Stanold isn't...
I would never try.
Doubt it.
See. The rite of ashes.
Were you...
I could...
You're...
Anyway.
She...
Take from it.
What are...
Give me dialogue that I want.
Hardly.
And keep it.
What would you want?
To reveal.
The eye to...
He did. Though he certainly doesn't think he drove his ex-wife away.
He's never spoken of Isla's...
Heartbreak. Whatever that woman did.
Boulders Gate, yeah, it's really good. Let's get ready for lots of dialogue. Spire. I think I get these 3. I go down there. I think I can finish this tonight. I feel confident.
Council records are meant to be public. Wonder what else the Eye was hiding from his people.
Coming in.
Records on the construction and maintenance of grand gates across the Enclave.
Institutes each circuit. Bastions, garrison, bunker. I need to see gameplay for Wolverine still. It's too far out.
Last time we went looking for answers in the Bastion. Half the documents were torn to shreds. What else were they hiding behind the eyes? Looks like research that's been compiled on the ecological and geographic impact of the surge across the Enclave's landscape. There's an entire section on the widening of...
That's the eye signal. Did you know it can reveal the Enclave's secrets? Not that I needed it to pry into the eye's darker truths. Let me guess. You're trying to find another way to reach the source. I'm all for it. We'll be able to speak more easily then.
Ugh, I'm sick.
I shall find a magic located deep underground. Discovered during early stages. Rapidly.
I hope you're not afraid of diving into bottomless pit.
Hardly.
Despite the grand gates no longer function, by dropping straight down into a rift in lower...
You know, last time I wanted to charge into a restricted area.
People change. Maybe I've learned a thing or two about calculated risk-taking from you. And
with this knowledge and...
Perfect.
Let's do it.
All right, everyone?
Using the aerolifts, I can trigger a miasma everywhere they affect above ground. The miasma will flow from the source, which will lessen the raw magic enough to keep Brynn safe while she escorts the Ark.
And how is she going to get there without the Grand Gate?
She'll drop in through the rift in lower Denevron.
Skies, of course she will.
Don't worry.
Once she's in the underworks, she'll stay within the Ark's protective field.
And what about the Herald?
That's where you're going to need to trust me.
You really think you can do this?
When I doubt my own abilities, I just look to my band. Kaz is prepared for plans A. Oria is going to guide me through thick and thin. Lane knows more about the Enclave than the people still living in it. Arik has brought us into your world, and Sev can control the freaking weather.
So?
Kenrick lied to us for decades. It's hard to believe anyone who says they're going to take care, but with how open we will stay...
Thank you.
Brynn,
Let's go. Fucking do it.
This is going to be a challenging...
Have Arik escort.
Good.
You all...
I know.
All right.
its ass. It felt like we beat the game, and then it was like, just kidding, there's still more. Rest in the point tent. Can I upgrade my armor at all? I could make Kind. I don't need Kind. I like my magic regen armor more. Ugh, it actually gets me less armor. Yucky. It's the final countdown. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So you are worried about me?
Not a chance. Just came to wish you luck. This will be a career-defining moment for you. I've been fortunate enough to have my share of them, so I recognize one when I see it.
The Enclave is the heart of our legacy as weavers. An expedition to restore it? That is so much more than I could have dreamed of doing with my life back in Carnhaven. What if I screw it up?
You won't.
What makes you so sure?
Something I saw in you the first day we met. You act in spite of your fears, not because of them. Call it intuition.
I'm definitely hungry. I wanted to eat back at like 6.
Call it letting love drive you.
But I was like, oh, I'll be fine.
Whether that's love,
Forgot that hot pot doesn't keep you full for long.
or a culture, or in your case, a love of adventure. I've had great accomplishments throughout my career. But if there's one that will profoundly shake future generations for the better, it's bringing you here.
Thank you, Oria.
Sev is set to vent the tangles from...
I hope this works.
We have every reason to... I'll tell Sev to get...
Do it. I've been thinking about a switch. I've never worked it, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm older, so I don't know I want to. What do you mean? Like a Nintendo Switch or a networking Switch?
Looks like Sev was right.
Because neither are very complicated.
It's as safe as it's going to be.
You sure that rope can hold us both?
It'll do the job. Just try to land gracefully.
I always do.
Them Switch.
Got it.
My magic will only carry the arc for as far as I can see you.
Into the pit.
Good luck, Brynn of Carnarvon.
Oh, yeah, career switch. Oh. Oh. Online. Proceeding to the source.
I don't have to carry it.
Not playing Pizza Tower. Stop. Give up on Pizza Tower.
You've kept me waiting.
Ignore it.
I plan to.
You'll find I demand attention.
Can demand these nuts.
Admit it. You're a little curious about me. After all, you have paid me a visit in this cell.
I'm not listening to you.
But imagine what I could offer you if you did.
How'd that work out for Kenrick Staneld?
Breathe through it, Brynn. I know its voice is making your skin crawl. I feel it too.
It helps when you guys are talking, instead of it.
Then we'll keep talking. We're here for you.
No matter what that voice says, you stopped the Herald before. You can do it again.
That furry friend of yours betrayed you, and yet you don't mind having him in your ear. Double standard.
Brynn, you put your faith in me at the Grand Gate. I'm doing the same for you now. None of us would still be here if it weren't for you.
You're getting close. One last chance. Join me, and I'll grant you strength beyond your wildest dreams.
I've already told you, I don't need it.
If you're strong enough without me, why are there 7 crutches chattering in your ear?
I like the Searchborn voice
They're
actor.
not crutches. They're friends.
We could be friends.
What's so funny?
Couldn't destroy me with an arc of my size. And so you brought a toy instead.
Oh, somebody's weapon not work?
Whatever. I'll destroy it after you perish.
I'm about to fuck you up. You're getting a little uppity. Let's get this chest plate off first. You got me, but it's not. Oh, I might be dead. Let me see. Oh, heal. Shit, come on. Nope. God damn it. Come on. Come on. Damn, dude. Nope. Oh, my goodness. That was garbage. All I need is there's one more. I need on your other arm. There we go. You wouldn't mind if I did this and ripped your face off? Give me your soul!
Brynn, what's dark?
Oria?
Brynn, we're losing.
So typical of your species. The breach is too wide for your arc.
Breach? What breach?
The breach between our world and yours, of course.
You're from another world?
You call us Surgeborn, but we are ancient. As old as the tear between worlds that bleeds what you call magic. A wound your kind tore wider in their own quest for power. Until they could no longer contain it. And the inevitable happened.
The Surge.
The Surge. An event so cataclysmic in both worlds it shook them to their core. And it left a path. One I had to follow. Your kind have mastered the coral, indestructible and suffused with incredible power. How you barely understand and haven't earned. Power that should and will be mine. You can't hope to compete with me. I carry with me 1,000 souls and 1,000 bodies. You are an insect. Consider it an inherent failure of your species.
Could you shut up?
Does the truth strike a nerve?
No, you're annoying. And I'm trying to think.
Brynn, Arik managed to get the scry back, for now.
We've lost visuals.
The Herald is down, but regenerating. And the Arc of Verdance, it's working, but the raw magic is too much. The Arc can't pacify the tangles.
You need to get out of there. Now!
No! I have to do something.
Brynn, we will find another way.
Don't bother. You will die. Just like the Eye's daughter.
Whatever it takes. Her name was Isla.
Gotta give it support. I'm gonna infuse my magic into it. Make it stronger. Close the rift between worlds. Banish the evil. Walk away.
Brynn. Can you hear me? Brynn, talk to me.
Oh no.
Come on.
Hey, not bite cables. I'll take your furry ass to the pound.
I...
I'm about to pop out the gate like, what up, bitches? Yep. I fucking did it. I saved the world. Long after exploits have seized this hearth, every weaver must pledge their mantle to its safekeeping from adversaries' danger, whatever the source, else we lose our home forever. And that's the credits. Oh man, I knew I was close. I was like, I feel like I'm close. I feel like you're lying to me, game. Anyway, let's do a review. So, pull up my. So first up, gameplay. Overall, I think I enjoyed the gameplay a lot here. I do think the swordplay was a bit on the simplistic side. I would have liked there to be a little bit more going on there. Like, you know, because we had like attacks, a charge attack, and then occasionally a special. But it was very like hit the button and spam. I would have liked there to be just a little bit more weapon depth, I think, but it wasn't bad. And I think a large part of that was how much freedom you had with the magic system. I mean, even if at the end I was just like, oh, I'm gonna put my fire all over your body and melt you in about a minute and a half. There was still a lot going on with, you know, especially early on, like, oh, well, I'm gonna freeze its legs and I'm gonna pick up this rock and chuck it at it, or I'm gonna create the gravity and then make the fire in the gravity and then launch that at somebody. So the magic flexibility definitely carried it. And I think that's one area where I would have liked even more. Like if they were to do a sequel to this, I think more spells would be really good. And earlier too. I liked, because, you know, we got our very last spell, we basically got like at the end of the game. I know if I had kind of like pushed here and then done a bunch of stuff, I would have had more to do with it, but just the way I play, you know, it's like, oh, you have one spell? I was like, I'm maxing it. So I would have liked to see spells come in sooner, or maybe a system where it's like, oh, you got a fire strand, pick a fire spell to unlock. So I decide like, oh, well, do I want to get a minion or do I want to get the little fire sprites that shoot fire everywhere? I think there's definitely a lot of potential for stuff they could do in the sequel with how the magic system worked. But overall, I liked it. I think another big element is the upgrade system. I really like that, where different, you know, you could use whichever material, and different materials would give you different colors and overall aesthetic changes on the armor. I thought that was really cool, and I liked that not only that, but you could make something if you didn't like it. You can break it down to its core components, get all the mechanics, everything back when you break stuff down. You could reforge stuff, like, oh, I found stuff that's much better, I want to pull that in. That was really nice. That was a extremely user-friendly upgrade system. Perhaps one of the most user-friendly upgrade systems I've ever gotten to experience. I really, I can't stress enough how much I enjoyed that. You know, I think a lot of games these days like to push you into, they like to take away, or they like to add consequence to your choice. And I like the idea of consequence with choices, but not when it comes to building my character. You know, I want to be able to experiment and find things that work, and this game absolutely promoted that with the way the upgrade system was done. So that was extremely good. In terms of the world design, I think I like the world a lot. You know, we had the outdoor zone, and then we had basically the city zones, and then we had the underground zones. And I liked, in particular, I liked how weather would impact the zones, you know, like you had to, oh, you're going into a miasma storm. Well, you're gonna have to navigate around that. Or everything's iced over, or everything is you know, it's a drought and everything's burning. I thought that added a cool element to the overall zone exploration for sure. And definitely going around and hunting down the various smithing stuff and whatnot. I had fun with that. I had fun trying to figure out how to traverse the zone, whether it was like making my path with the ice or using gravity to launch myself. And then later, obviously, we got the, you know, pick a direction and go. So there was some really nice stuff there. I think the magic played very well into the world design of the game and giving you the freedom to navigate in ways that worked well for you. In terms of story, I'd say I like the story. I do think they made it very dialogue heavy, and this is obviously where you get more into a personal preference sort of thing, but I really like the idea of dialogue being told through lore like it is in Dark Souls, or even, you know, like more conversations happening and me learning more while I'm out exploring the world doing stuff versus coming to town and being like, okay, it's conversation time, let's sit down and listen to these people talk. I think the way that was presented, it front loaded a lot of dialogue in a very it generated a slow period, you know, where you're going all over the world, you're exploring, you're getting materials, and then it's like, okay, come back to town, put your controller down, listen to people talk for a bit. And I think they would have done well to have more exposition told while you're out in the world versus separating it into like, okay, it's story time, sit down. So I wasn't that big of a fan of that approach. And, you know, I'm typically not when games do that in general. You know, Persona, Yakuza, good examples. Like, there's just a lot of exposition that's given to you up front, and that's just not something I tend to enjoy. In terms of graphics, obviously we have a very stylized graphics here, you know, cartoonish, anime-ish, whatever you want to call it. Overall, I like the graphics. In particular, I really liked how the, you know, and this ties back into the gameplay mechanics, but how, depending on what upgrade materials we used, would change the overall aesthetic and look of our armor and our weapons. I thought that was really cool. And I think the graphics overall looked good. I mean, there wasn't anything that was like, oh, you know, look at this zone, there's no detail here. Oh, look at this low poly texture. Like, no, everything looked great, I think. So graphics were really nice here. Audio design, everything was good with audio. I think the combat hits sounded chunky when you were getting damage off. All the spell effects sounded good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get blown the fuck up if I don't run. The audio, that's just a pass. Everything was good there. In terms of length to price, I would imagine we're clocking in probably a bit over 20 hours at a $40 price tag. I think that's fine. You know, for a AA game coming in at that $40 threshold, I think that's pretty good. I think if they had asked like 60 or 70, people would have been more taken aback with it being a AA. I definitely got a solid chunk of playtime out of it with hunting down the various monsters and doing all the side quests and whatnot. So I think that was really good. In terms of bugs and performance overall felt pretty solid. I didn't really have any memorable like slowdowns or crashes or anything like that. And there weren't any real bugs that come to mind, but one thing I do want to call out is, this isn't really a bug or a performance issue, but it is something that's more of a negative. So the quests were occasionally, it was like, oh, I need you to farm 15 of this ore, or I need you to farm 20 of this plant. And even knowing where that plant comes from, I think it would have been helpful if there was some type of mechanic in game to track that specific resource. And it's like, oh, you know, there's a bunch of these in this particular region. And then you look at your map and it's like, you know, highlighted or something. I think that would have been very helpful in terms of finding stuff on those particular fetch quests, because I just straight up used cheat engine. I was like, I don't know where exactly I'm going to find this fucking flower. I'm just going to add 20 of them and save myself unnecessary headaches of farming. So definitely something that could have been improved there. Overall, climbing on monsters was really good, but there was definitely a little bit of jank with like climbing through the environment. Like some things I could get up, other things I'd like slip off. It wasn't incredibly noticeable, and anytime there's a game where, you know, you're able to free climb basically any object, you're going to get a little bit of that. So overall, I do think they handled it pretty well. In terms of areas for improvement, I would have liked to see just more weapon variety. I would have liked even more spells. I think the approach in terms of how you unlock spells, choosing what you unlock, would have been cool, instead of, you know, here's your first 3 spells. Okay, here's your next 3 spells. Okay, here's your last 2 spells. You'll get 1 more with the final boss. I think like unlocking stuff as you go could have been good, and maybe gate like the final boss a spell behind the final boss, but let me, you know, pick and choose spells. I think that would have been a cooler approach, because you could have added more spell variety that way. And more hunt variety too, just so that I'm not just, you know, like, because it did get to a point where I was like, okay, you know, I already know how to like, once I had the enemies, the titans on farm, like especially for farming materials, like I would just go in, I would coat the shit out of them in fire, and I would absolutely destroy them. And I don't think that's what you really want. I think you'd want to keep the hunts more engaging. I know we were talking about it in terms of like Monster Hunter. You know, imagine if I was just like, oh, I need to kill, you know, I need to kill Teostra. Let me just go in and I'm going to encase him in ice and he's going to freeze to death. And okay, I'm going to go kill another Teostra. Encase him in ice, he's going to freeze to death. And I just did that over and over again. It takes away the impact. And I mean, the best parts of the hunts by far were the first hunt, where I didn't know how, and I was like, I really want to figure out, you know, what is the mechanic on this monster that I need to do to rip it apart and harvest its core on my first encounter. That was definitely the most fun with those hunts. But I would have liked to see just a little more there, you know, just a little more there. All in all, in terms of a final score, I would probably put this somewhere between a 5 and a 4 out of 5. For the studio's first game, I think they did an excellent job. There's a lot of things where I'm like, I just wish there was a little more, just a little, you know, just a little more magic, just a little more to the combat. But everything in the game has, I mean, I had a fantastic time for sure. So it's, you know, it's hard to be like, I don't want to downgrade something because it didn't have more. I wanted more. You only get 4 out of 5. But I don't know. I'd probably put it at like a 9 out of 10. I mean, I had a blast with this. If anything, the one thing that probably pulled it down for me was just the dialogue. There was I wish we had more exposition while we were exploring, instead of the like go to camp and take a dialogue break. Because especially as we got towards like the end of the game, you know, I was just like, I was dialogued out. I was like, I'm dialogued out. I can't do any more dialogue. Where do I get let me see something. I want to see, does that guy respawn for me to finish? I assume so. Let's see. Surgeborn Herald. And I'm guessing the codex will say, break off all of his pieces. Yeah, so there's definitely a Herald. The Herald will respawn. And I would have to kill the Herald again. Is everything good? This is a little odd too. Like we did it, but nobody has. You have dialogue?
Elder Akala have an aura of cold that'll stick on you if you let it. Don't.
This part actually feels a little weird. It's like I've saved the day. I've survived. But there's nothing acknowledging this so far. I kind of expected like a, you know, as dialogue heavy as the game has been, it almost feels like there should have been like a big epilogue exposition dump that happens. Let me go in here and see if like, hey, what up? I beat your ass. You got anything to say? Let's see.
You're being unusually quiet. You can't talk. We didn't just cut off your ability to access the scry. The Arc of Verdance must have done something to you at the source.
Well, now, big mad.
Huh.
That's cool. More for the gameplay in reality, but maybe another one put some basic game later going to 2. I mean, I had a lot of fun with the gameplay.
Goodness, you've just been to the brink of death and back, but you're allowed to take a break, you know.
I get bored easily.
Well, I'll say this. With the Arc of Verdance doing its work at the source, the raw magic is beginning to
This is what I wanted.
dissipate.
I wanted to like
In time,
find out what's
we'll
happening.
be able to secure a workspace. Everyone in the hold has begun to look to the future. Many never had a reason to. Children and adults alike.
I know what it's like to watch your people rebuild after dark times. It's hard, but beautiful too.
I've been asked by a citizen committee to establish our first new
Is
holiday.
it Brynn Day? Did we get Brynn Day?
Spindle's Day.
Okay, well that makes sense too. Spindle's Day makes sense.
But I think it's right.
She'd be really proud of you for stepping up.
I would hope so too. Day by day. When we met, before your expedition to the source, but when you ran through, that was the moment I knew we might have a chance. I wasn't quite as confident as you, but I at least felt something close to it.
And how about now?
I believe anything else would be ignoring.
I'll let them know you...
Please do. As always, I have promised me you'll take a break.
I will.
I want to see what this like. Yeah, I saved the day. What do you got to say for yourself?
What could you possibly want?
Coming off a bit strong, don't you think? I haven't even said anything yet.
You've made it abundantly clear that you only speak to me when you need something.
He's such a dick, even till the very end of the game.
Unbelievable. You want to check in after all this time? Fine. I have been stripped of my title. My former colleagues dance on the grave site of a 40-year career. Where once I commanded respect, I am now rewarded with averted gazes. None dare to dirty their hands by speaking with me. And my daughter, who represented all that is dear to me in this world, is gone. Nothing will ever bring her back. I am deeply unwell.
I hope things turn around for you soon.
Do you?
I do.
Let me guess. You've come to ask me to apologize to your naive lawkeeper.
No.
No? Isn't that what self-proclaimed heroes do?
I would never ask Lane to waste their energy on a conversation with you again. Do I think how you spoke to them was a disgusting, brutish display? Absolutely. But justice doesn't come with an apology from you, does it?
They attacked my legacy. I merely put them in their place.
Exactly. Without remorse, an apology would just be posturing. No. Justice is served in the way Lane still chooses kindness every day, despite people like you trying to tear them down.
Their research tore me.
Justice is served in the way Lane gets to continue living as their wonderful, talented self. Whereas you have to keep living as yourself. As someone who is clearly in so much pain over his own existence, he needs to make other people feel small.
I am far too...
So we agree.
I suppose.
They made him a good, like, not quite a villain, but just like, they did a really good job just making a character that you will hate. I think there's a very fine line there You know, like I think like Joffrey, Game of Thrones. Like nobody likes Joffrey, but that's what makes the writing so good. I don't think anybody is gonna like the Eye. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy, yeah, fuck him, you douchebag. All right. Either way, we have made it. We have finished it. This was a good time. So we're gonna wrap things up here in terms of what to expect next. More than likely, I'll take a few days off to keep working on Avowed, and then whenever I get my hands on Kingdom Come, that'll probably be our next stream. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So we're going to wrap this one up here for now. Thanks for coming by. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to go get that pizza that has been waiting for me. And then I'm going to get back to record and bang out some stuff for the next review. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Definitely a fun one to get through. And I'll catch y'all next time.